It was my second semester at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, and I thought I had everything under control. Until one night something happened that made me question every single thing I thought I knew about this place. The night had started out like any other, a late study session in the Old East building, the oldest dorm on campus. I'd heard rumors about this building being haunted, but I thought it was just ghost stories, until I saw her. I was walking back down the long hallway around midnight, exhausted from a night of studying, when I saw it. A figure. At first I thought it was another student, maybe someone who had stayed late in the library, but as I got closer the figure didn't move. Her face, pale, almost lifeless, stared back at me through the window of the door. She had long flowing hair and I swear I saw her eyes. They were empty, hollow. I froze. My heart hammered in my chest. I wanted to look away but I couldn't. It was like she was drawing me in, and then I heard it. Footsteps. But no one was there. It was as if someone was walking right behind me, pacing my every move. I turned but no one was there. Just the dark, empty hallway stretching on forever. I ran out of there faster than I ever thought possible, but when I got back to my dorm, I couldn't shake the feeling that she was still following me. Elizabeth Beth W., they say her name was. She fell from the 4th floor of Old East in 1843, but some say she didn't fall at all, that she was pushed. That night, I believed it. To this day, I never go near Old East after dark, and I'm not the only one. Other students report seeing her figure in windows, hearing her footsteps, feeling an icy coldness when they pass by. Her spirit lingers trapped between life and death, and no one, it seems, can escape her reach. Not long after that night I transferred to the University of Virginia. It was a fresh start until the whispers began. Fayerweather Hall, an old, crumbling dorm. At first it seemed like any other place, but then, late one night I was sitting in my room when I heard a voice. A low, guttural whisper. I couldn't understand what it said, but it was enough to send a chill straight down my spine. I thought I was imagining it, of course, but then it happened again, and again, and again, until I couldn't ignore it anymore. The whispers came from every direction, echoing through the halls, bouncing off the walls, and I wasn't the only one who heard them. I started asking around. Has anyone else heard the voice? I would ask. Everyone said the same thing. Fayerweather Hall is haunted. There were rumors about a student who had died under mysterious circumstances in the early 1900s. No one knew the details, but people said he still roamed the hallways. The whispers were his. The worst part? Sometimes the whispers weren't just whispers. Sometimes they were voices, clear voices, like someone right next to you, mimicking your own voice. Help me. Come closer. And the temperature? It would drop, so suddenly, so drastically, that I would see my breath in the air, even though it was the middle of summer. One night I couldn't take it anymore. I had to leave. I grabbed my things and tried to find another dorm, but no matter where I went I could still hear the whispers, that cold voice calling my name. And the worst part? Fayerweather Hall still stands. People still hear it. The spirit of that student roaming the halls, his death unsolved, still trying to communicate with anyone who dares to listen. I thought I had seen everything, the ghost in Old East, the whispers in Fayerweather Hall, but then I went to Duke University, and that's when everything changed. I was there for a conference, and late one evening I decided to take a walk through the Duke Chapel. It was quiet, too quiet, and the heavy wooden doors creaked as I pushed them open. The air inside was thick, heavy with history. I had no idea what I was walking into. There, standing at the altar, was a woman in a long, flowing red gown. Her face was pale, almost translucent, and her eyes, oh God, her eyes were full of sorrow. She didn't move, just stood there staring at me. I wanted to run, but my legs wouldn't move. My heart was pounding, my breath shallow. I could hear her voice, soft, like a whisper on the wind. Why did he leave me? The chapel's large, empty halls echoed with her mournful wails. I turned to leave, but when I looked back, she was closer, much closer. Her mournful wails were growing louder, as if she was right behind me, following me, closing in. I bolted for the door, nearly tripping over my own feet in the process. I didn't stop running until I was safely outside, gasping for air, heart still racing. To this day, I've never gone back to that chapel. The Red Lady, they call her. The woman who died in the 1920s after being abandoned by her lover. Her spirit, trapped in that place, still wanders the chapel's halls, looking for him, or looking for anyone to listen. So what do you think? Ghost stories or something more? All three of these places are still haunted, still holding on to the spirits of those who died too young, too tragically. And I can't help but wonder, if you visit these places, will they find you too? Maybe you'll be the next to hear the whispers? Or see the ghostly figure in the window? You'll never know until it's too late. Sleep well tonight, if you can.